Gutterball.
Kidney stones, for those of you out there that don't know this, they're very tiny. Like they can literally be the size of like the head of a pin, and they can cause excruciating pain. And usually they're made out of some. The most common two things are calcium oxalate or calcium phosphate. So two different types of calcium. It's just that means that you're either your diet's too rich in calcium or like your body just doesn't process it well. In my case, I think it was calcium phosphate. So like the most common they can be made out of, which just means like drink more water, which as a kid, I was stupid. I was really bad about that. I just drink pop all the time. And then like also like just like like less processed shit, and that's like then like they go away, like your body won't produce them as much. It just kind of also depends on who you are. There are people that genetically just keep producing them, but they're a genetic thing. Like if your grandpa had them, you're most likely going to have them if you don't like take care of yourself, kind of deal, right? So I get this sharp pain. I don't know what to do. I call my dad. I'm like, Dad, I don't think I can drive myself to the hospital right now. And this is the first time I've ever had to like go to the ER. I've never been to the ER for like anything. I've usually been like pretty much clean bill of health leading up to this. My dad leaves work. And so, no, this must have been a weekday. I must have had work off. My dad leaves work. He comes and picks me up. He brings me to the ER. I literally pass out on the way from the pain. Like I literally like go unconscious in like the passenger seat. I wake up when I get there because my dad's like, you need to come, you know, like he was trying to get somebody to come get me in, but they're all fucking busy. It was the ER or whatever. So he helps me in there and they get me in. They immediately give me morphine through like an IV or whatever in the ER. And I remember just like going to sleep because like it just felt good and I could finally like relax. I went to sleep. I wake up. I guess it was like maybe 15 minutes later. My dad wasn't in there with me. He was outside the room. I wake up. I'm covered in hives. That's when I found out that I was allergic to morphine because I'd never had morphine. And I'm like, I'm like, yeah, dude, I have like red spots. Like I'm like itchy. I'm like, oh, and the nurse comes in. She's like, oh. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, and so like they immediately like get that. Yeah, they immediately. So I have an allergy to morphine.
So I might be allergic then, right?
Potentially. It could be.
Well, Paul, just the contrast of like finally relief and feeling nice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like you slip away into sleep and then you wake up and it's just
all fucked up.
Everything is worse.
Yep. Yeah. I'm like, awful, I'm like, oh fuck, now my kidney hurts and I'm fucking covered in itchy fucking hives. Like this sucks. And she's like, oh my God. So like they get me on. So I have to take, it's a stronger painkiller than morphine. But now if I ever go to the hospital, it starts with a D. What's it called?
Dilaudid.
So they put me on Dilaudid. That shit's, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Lil Pump raps about it in his new single, Mosh Pit, dude.
Yeah, dude, Dilaudid, dude. So they get me on Dilaudid because that doesn't give me reactions, I find out, and that's like what I have to use for a painkiller. And you know, they do the x-rays and they're like, yeah, they bring it in and it's just this tiny little white speck in like this kidney on this side. So like my right side, it's this tiny little white speck. He's like, yep, that's a stone. And like, that's what's causing your pain. It must've moved. Here's like some ideas on it. Like they don't have like a way to just flush your kidney, dude. There isn't just like a pill that makes you pass it. You literally have to let it pass. You have to deal with it. So they gave me like a big fucking prescription of hydrocodone. I had to literally like take like a month off of work because I didn't know how long this was going to take to pass. And so I was literally on pain pills every single day, pissing blood, just until I eventually passed it. I passed.
Dude, you were full Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, dude, I was pissing blood, and they gave me a little strainer. They gave me a little strainer so I could piss into the strainer and catch it, and so they could figure out what it was made out of, right? Because like,
so not like a souvenir. They don't put it in like a little bottle.
No. Okay. So I get it. I put it in the bag. I finally passed it. It was like the most painful. But dude, after it passed, you're like, oh. It's gone. Like you're like, it's gone. But dude, you can feel it come out. And it's like that tiny little thing, dude. I was like, like, you know, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So I pass it, put it in the bag. I bring it in. He's like, yep, it's calcium phosphate. We analyze it. Super common. Here's how to avoid it. And then like, while like this month though of me trying to pass it, I was doing all the at-home remedies. Mixing olive oil and lemon juice 50-50 in a 16-ounce glass. You're supposed to drink, dude. The lemon juice is supposed to like sterilize and break it down, and the olive oil is supposed to lube up your kidney for it to pass. Didn't work. I drank like 2 glasses. I was like, almost vomiting from drinking that.
Dude, bro, you played yourself on that one.
I did. I played myself. Like I
throw up. That's
dude. I tried everything under the sun. So, anyways, long story short, I was like, all's good. After that, I kind of recover. It's about a week later. Nate hits me, or not Nate, Ryan and Nick hit me up. Yo, you want to go to Superior Skate Park and fucking hit the pipes and shit? I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. I go out there. I'm hitting the halfer on like the kiddie side of the park. I'd always try to like do a 50-50 on that and come down the ramp.
Dude, I might have been there. One of those days. You were trying to Christ air. Dude.
Yeah, I was trying to Christ air. Yeah, at one point I was trying to Christ air. Anyways, I go to do a 50-50 and like I kind of fall and I get up and like it wasn't a bad fall, but I'm like, oh, I'm getting that kidney pain again. And I literally just start sweating. And I'm like, oh no, dude. Like it's happening again. And like Nick had driven me from his house to like my car wasn't there. I'm like, dude, you need to drive me back to your house right now. Something's wrong. He's like, dude, you want me to bring you to the ER? I'm like, no, just let me get my car and I'll go. So he gets me back to his house. I drive just sweating bullets to the ER, like across the bridge into Minnesota from Superior. I'd go to the hospital. I go to the ER myself this time. I get in there. They put me on Dilaudid again. I'm like, something's wrong. They do another scan. There's 2 more stones they didn't see.
Oh my God.
They were both smaller than the first one. Okay. They were like pretty much neck and neck close to each other. Same thing. They give me pills. And then like another month goes by. I haven't passed them, dude. I'm in severe pain. I'm running out of pain pills. I'm literally like, what do I do? So I call them back. I'm like, what do I do? And they're like, come in. We'll get you another x-ray. I go in to get another x-ray. They are literally like lodged next to each other in my connection from like my kidney to my bladder. So they are stuck. Like they're stuck there. And he's just like, well, we have to do surgery. And so like, I'm like, what? Do you have to like cut me open? They're like, nah, dude. It's like, we either do like a sonar bath, which is like, you sit in a bathtub and they do like a bunch of vibrations and it's supposed to like knock them loose. But they didn't do that. They did a whatever the fucking scientific term is for a laser surgery. Okay. Like a laser
laserectomy,
whatever it is, with the fucking camera. So this is what they did. I go into surgery at like midnight that night. They're like, you're going to stay the night at the hospital. You're going to go into surgery at midnight. I'm like, okay. They go in there like, oh, have you done any street drugs? We're going to put you under. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've done this, you know? And then they're like, okay.
I've done all of it.
Because if you lie, you can die. Like you can straight up die. Like they can give you like anesthetic fucks with you differently if you've had different stuff in your system at some point. And so I fucking pass out, right? I wake up like nothing ever happened. You know, it's weird going under for surgery. It's like, I'm like, did it happen? They're like, yeah, you're done. I'm like, what the fuck? So what they did, dude, they took a camera and the doctor had like a laser, like an Atari style joystick. He showed me it.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
What, Paul, tell us, what was the point of entry?
My cock.
Okay.
Yeah, he went through my cock hole.
Dude, I'm literally gonna fucking
He went through my cock hole. So he went through there and he's got like a Space Invaders style CRT with a fucking joystick with a camera going through my fucking, you know, all up in there through my bladder to my kidney. And he's like zapping them with the laser, like pew pew, breaking them up. Like he's literally like breaking, like he's hitting them with the laser and breaks up the 2 little stones into tiny little fragments. And then he's like, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, like it's still kind of sore. They're like, yeah, we had to put like a 16-inch stent, which is like a rubber thing with holes in it with 2 circles on the end that's supposed to allow the blood, like the discharge from the surgery, to flow from like your bladder and kidney out through your heel. Jackson fucking hates this. It's so good.
I'm gonna literally throw up.
I'm almost
turned you down. I just muted you. I was about to. I'm gonna throw up. I can't. That shit, dude.
Oh, I know. It's bad. It's that. I know.
Drink water.
I know. Drink water. Drink lots of water. And so they're like, yeah, and then you're going to come back in about 2 weeks and we're going to pull the stent out. And I'm like, okay, all right. Dude, having the stent in, I think was more painful than the fucking stones. Every time you peed, you're like, like, dude, it's bad. It's really bad.
Wait,
it's like,
that's not normal.
Yeah, right.
That's not normal.
The stent?
That's
not normal. You shouldn't be going like you shouldn't be doing that when you piss.
Like Tom Hanks, the Green Mile, going outside trying to take a piss.
Yeah, dude.
I might have to go to the doctor.
Yeah, fuck. So, anyways, I have this stent. I was pissing more blood before because it's all like the fragments are coming out and shit. So I was just pissing blood. I wake up one morning, dude. I'm trying to pee. I feel like I'm peeing, but I look down and nothing's coming out. Blood clot, boom, like fucking butt shots, the back of the toilet, dude, white toilet. And I'm just like, Control the stream. And
Oh my God.
so I go back that 2 months later, or 2 weeks later, and all they gave me was one pill of Valium. Take it 30 minutes before the stent removal, and someone has to drive you home. And I'm like, well, I've never had Valium. They gave me one, like 1 or 2 milligram pill or something. Yeah, I don't know. Never had Valium. I take the Valium, like before my dad picks me up. I get there, I'm just reading magazines in like the waiting room before we go in, and I just start busting. Like I'm just laughing uncontrollably for no reason. And my dad's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I think it's the Valium." Like I'm just like losing it. And
Oopsie daisy.
so I go in there and I'm like, all right, let's get this show on the road. Like I'm ready to do it. Like I'm all hip, like all energized from the Valium. I get in there. Dude's like, yeah, so here's the camera here so you can see me. And I'm like, wait, I'm not going under? He's like, no, we remove it while you're awake.
No.
So he literally
Oh,
moves
sure.
this screen down on a boom such as this in front of him. He's like, here, you want to watch? I'm like, no, dude, I just want to read this Cabela's magazine, if that's all right with you. I don't want to see that shit.
He gave you the live action POV
Yeah,
action.
he gave me the live action POV action.
I would have started fighting people until I was put under, all right?
Oh my God.
So he's like, it literally takes like less than 10 seconds and it's just going to feel really odd. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to see. Got my pants down. I got I'm sitting in the chair, legs are spread. And all I feel is like, because the Valium, I can't really feel much anyways, but all I feel is like pressure and it just, like he just comes out quick. And I feel like it was like reverse peeing. That's what it felt like.
Ugh.
That's all I can describe it as if like my cock became an anteater and was sucking liquid in and not pissing it out. I know. I was like, this isn't good. And then like, yeah, that was it. And that was the worst medical experience of my life. I had a total of 3 kidney stones at 19. One was pretty big. The other 2 were pretty tiny. Drink water, everybody out there. Drink lots of water. Stay away from processed foods. I ate a lot of frozen pizzas and pizza rolls. Those things are stuffed with fucking calcium. Stay away from it. Not good. Dude. Drink over 2
energy
liters
drinks
of water
too.
a day. Yeah, they're bad.
Energy drinks. They're